In the heart of winter, when the nights stretched longer than the days and the frost painted the world in hues of death, the town of Eldritch Hollow whispered of a chilling tradition. It was said that on the coldest night of the year, a lone caroler roamed the streets, his melodies weaving through the icy air, a harbinger of doom for those whose ears they caressed. This night, as the moon hung heavy and full, casting a silvery glow over the slumbering town, Sarah Jennings found herself drawn to her window, a sense of unease prickling at the back of her neck. Sarah had recently moved to Eldritch Hollow, seeking solace from the bustling cacophony of the city. The quiet, picturesque town nestled in the valley seemed like a perfect escape, its charm untouched by time. Yet, as she peered into the night, the quaintness of her new home felt overshadowed by an inexplicable dread. The stories she had laughed off as mere superstitions suddenly seemed all too real, the warnings of her neighbors echoing in her mind. The setting of Eldritch Hollow was akin to a scene from a forgotten time. Houses, their architecture a blend of Victorian elegance and Gothic mystery, lined the cobblestone streets, their facades adorned with intricate carvings that whispered tales of old. The forest that bordered the town seemed alive, its dense canopy a barrier to the outside world, its shadows a refuge for secrets untold. The air, perpetually tinged with the scent of pine and frost, carried a silence so profound it felt almost oppressive. Sarah's house, a modest dwelling with a history as old as the town itself, sat on the edge of the forest. Its previous occupants had left in haste, their reasons unspoken, adding another layer to the tapestry of rumors that enveloped Eldritch Hollow. Since her arrival, Sarah had felt an unwavering gaze, as if the house itself was watching, waiting. The night of the lone caroler was upon her, a tradition she had dismissed as folklore, a tale to scare children. Yet there she stood, her gaze locked on the shadowy figure that emerged from the fog, his form ethereal, as if woven from the very mist that heralded his arrival. His voice, a melodic lament that seemed to transcend time, floated through the air, a mournful ode that spoke of sorrow and loss. As the caroler moved from house to house, his presence seemed to suffocate the world around him, the light from the windows dimming at his approach, the laughter and warmth within extinguished. Sarah felt a chill that seeped into her bones, a fear that clutched at her heart. The stories had been true, and she was now a witness to the horror that stalked Eldritch Hollow. The days that followed were marked by an unsettling calm. Houses that had once been filled with the sounds of life now stood silent. Their occupants vanished as if swallowed by the night itself. The town, once vibrant, was shrouded in a veil of mourning, its residents whispering of the curse that had befallen them. Sarah's skepticism waned as the reality of her situation sank in. The lone caroler, a specter of despair, had claimed the souls of those who heard his song, leaving behind a void where once there was life. The town's history, a tapestry of disappearances and unexplained tragedies, suddenly seemed all too relevant. The pattern clear and undeniable, determined to uncover the truth. Sarah delved into the archives of Eldritch Hollow, her search uncovering tales of a man, scorned and betrayed, who had cursed the town with his dying breath, his spirit bound to the land, his sorrow an eternal lament. Each year, on the coldest night, he returned, seeking solace in the suffering of others, his song a siren call to those whose hearts harbored darkness. As the realization dawned on Sarah, the weight of her own grief, a shadow she had carried from the city, became oppressively clear. The caroler, a manifestation of her own sorrow, had been drawn to her, his song a reflection of the pain she sought to escape. The night once again enveloped Eldritch Hollow, the air thick with anticipation. Sarah stood at her window, her resolve steeling her against the fear that clawed at her soul. As the caroler's figure emerged from the darkness, his gaze found hers, a silent acknowledgement passing between them. His song, a haunting melody of loss and longing, filled the air, its notes piercing the veil of night. Sarah felt the pull of the music, a desire to succumb to the oblivion it promised. Yet, within her, a spark of defiance flared, a refusal to be consumed by the darkness that sought to claim her. With a voice strengthened by determination, Sarah sang. Her melody, a counterpoint to the caroler's lament, wove through the night, a beacon of hope amidst the despair. The caroler faltered, his form wavering, as if the very air around him was rejecting his presence. As their voices intertwined, a crescendo of light and darkness, the curse that had held Eldritch Hollow in its grip began to unravel. The caroler's song faltered, his figure dissolving into the mist from which he had come, a final sigh of relief escaping his lips as he was released from his eternal torment. The dawn that broke over Eldritch Hollow was unlike any before. The sun, a radiant orb in the clear blue sky, bathed the town in a warmth that seemed to heal the wounds of the past. Houses once silent were filled with the sounds of life. Their occupants returned as if from a distant dream, the memory of their ordeal fading like the shadows at dawn. Sarah, standing amidst the rebirth of Eldritch Hollow, felt the weight of her grief lift, her heart lighter than it had been in years. The town, once a place of sorrow and fear, had become a sanctuary, a testament to the resilience of the human spirit. As the years passed, the tale of the lone caroler became a legend, a story told with reverence rather than fear. Sarah, a guardian of the town's history, ensured that the lessons of the past were not forgotten, her own experience a reminder that even in the darkest of nights, there is light to be found, if one is willing to sing for it.